So welcome to Deepdale Stadium, where Liverpool do begin their pre-season preparations.
And Chiesa, it was very unselfish, and Liverpool have scored. Jones, Nunes, hat-trick. Rio Angamoa, oh, he's got it! And a little step for goal, that was very special. Florian Wirtz. Here comes Rio Angamoa. Can Liverpool sign off in style? He is so talented. And the buzz as Angamoa gets the ball and rolls. Oh my goodness me! Joke again. And it's going to squeeze in! Ekitike. Salah! Wirtz. Ekitike. He's got the shot away and scored! Jeremy Frimpong leaves Mitchell on his way. Oh, it's in! Jeremy Frimpong has looped one over him.
82 days have passed since Virgil van Dijk lifted the Premier League trophy. Tonight, it all starts over again. The new season is here. It brings new challenges, new opponents, and the chance for new heroes to be made. Strap yourself in. We just don't know what comes next. Liverpool versus Bournemouth is an 8 p.m. kickoff, and we will have audio commentary of the full game here on LFC TV and All Red. If you're watching on social media and would like to subscribe, please visit the official website where you will find all the information on how to do just that. Welcome along to Anfield and to Matchday Live. With me, pitchside, are two veterans of many an LFC TV campaign. We'll hear plenty from Phil Thompson and Jason McAteer over the course of the next hour or so. First, though, let's cross over to the tunnel where Peter McDowell can tell us who lines up for the Reds tonight. Pete.
Well, we're ready. The new match ball is ready as well, and the players have just made that players' walk a short time ago, fully expectant that they will fight tooth and nail to retain this Premier League title that they won last year. But they're still, of course, in that seat of disappointment after what happened at Wembley last week. Very similar team, but you know Arne Slot has really strengthened from the position they were in as Premier League champions end of last season. He's made just the one change, and it comes in midfield. Curtis Jones drops down to the bench, and Alexis McAllister comes in. No Ryan Gravenberch, of course, and it means that 4 of his new men make competitive debuts tonight. Let's confirm that team in full for you then. It's Alisson Becker in goal, the mainstay, his 300th Liverpool game tonight. First player to do that in goal since Pepe Reina reaching that tally. Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Kerkez, of course, back here against his familiar faces from Bournemouth, played 74 games for them. Just walked past us, in fact, a few seconds ago there. Florian Wirtz makes a start, as does Dominic Szoboszlai. McAllister gets the nod, as mentioned before. Sent off here, you'll remember, in 23-24, rightly rescinded that red card. And Mo Salah, who loves playing against Bournemouth, he's got 105 Premier League goals here now at Anfield. Nobody has scored more against Bournemouth than him in the Premier League per se, and he's 3 away now from that record of Billy Liddell as well, 4th on the all-time list. Gakpo in the side as well for Liverpool on that left side. Ekitike making his competitive debut as well, 4 minutes into his last game at Wembley, of course, getting the scoring underway. Could have probably had a hat-trick on the night as well, and a really proud night for the Frimpong family, isn't it? Dad, a massive Liverpool fan, gets his real-time debut here at Anfield tonight. Subs for Liverpool: Mamardashvili, Endo, Jones, Robertson, Nioni, Engamoa. Got Chiesa on there as well, made his Premier League debut against Bournemouth last season. Harvey Elliott, who scored his first goal against Bournemouth in that 9-0 win back in 22, and Scott Parker sacked, you'll remember, 3 days later. Joe Gomez back in the squad, really good to see that. His next appearance, should he get on tonight, will be 150 for Liverpool as well. And 1920 was the season that we last started the campaign on a Friday night. You know I love a lucky omen, Mark. We won the title that year. We would settle for more of the same this time around.
Thank you, Pete. Yeah, we'll run through the full Bournemouth lineup a little bit later, but one thing to point out is Antoine Semenyo is still there. He does start for them, and he has been a big player and could be a big player for them once again this season. Gentlemen, here we go again. What is around the corner? We do not know. Tom, I just wonder, what your feeling is going into this campaign compared to last season, when maybe expectation was dipped slightly. What are you feeling just now?
Well, I was just saying to somebody before in the media lounge, is that this time last year, that real unknown, sort of what's going to happen, new manager, what's going to happen with the team, and it couldn't have ended better. It was absolutely sensational. A similar thing coming into this, because we are champions, because we had a target on our back, but because of the signings we've made, that target has become even bigger. But you've got to embrace it. You've got to sort of say, yes, bring it on. There's no better way of dealing with things is that when you play in these games and you become champions, let's go again. Not to just think, oh, well, that was good, we've done it once, but use it as a driving force.
The target is bigger, Jason, on the backs because defending champions, because there've been some big additions. But I just wonder what we learned from last weekend in Wembley and just what the game taught us about what still needs to be ironed out ahead of this season getting underway proper.
I wouldn't just say it was last week's performance against Crystal Palace. I think there's been warning signs right through pre-season. Listen, it's been good at times. We've all been excited with the new signings. It takes time to bed 4 or 5 players in. Players that go into the team, not just players who are on the fringe and are going to bolster the squad. These are players who are going to start week in, week out. So, I think if you go through the games, you could highlight some disappointing results, some disappointing performances. It was never going to be easy trying to integrate these players. Last week, if you want to talk from a one-off, I was really disappointed. I think it was an opportunity to create some momentum. Wembley's not a place to lose. There was a trophy on offer. But I think had we won 3 or 4, I think it might have papered over some of the cracks. I think we looked tired at times, and I think we lacked a little bit of fluidity, which is what can happen if you're trying to bed in 3 or 4 players. It's going to take time. The problem we have is if you look over the Premier League the last 4 or 5, 6 seasons, you can only lose 5 games, 3, 4, 5 games. That's the maximum amount. You have to start the pre-season running. You can't lose 3 or 4 on the spin early on. And Liverpool have to hit the ground running, and it's going to be difficult. They've got the team to do it, the players to do it, but we'll have to wait and see.
The biggest thing about sort of even the Bilbao game and last week's was the energy levels. I looked in sort of the last half an hour, like Bilbao looked stronger. Palace certainly looked stronger. The last 10 minutes I thought we were hanging on. But you geared up to the start of the Premier League. I know there's a trophy on offer. I know there's the Charity Shield, Community Shield. But it's what happens today. That's where you gear your players. So that where I'm saying we look tired, hopefully that is being refined during this week, and we will be ready for today. And you're quite right, you need to hit the ground running. I don't care at what stage of the season. You now can't lag behind after half a dozen games.
So much excitement about the new players, and we'll touch on some of them in a second, but another new player through the door today in Giovanni Leone signed from Parma. There was a lot of call. We need recruits and reinforcements at centre-half. The club have done just that. So excellent to have another player in that position through the door ahead of the campaign.
Listen, he's only a young boy, 18 years of age, but what a size. What a size. Well, maybe I hope that he's finished grown, because he looks like 6'4", maybe even more.
A lot of minutes as well for a young lad.
Yeah, and I think I only seen little bits of him, but listen to people who've watched more of him than I have. They're saying what a player, what a prospect he has. And listen, now they scout all over Europe. We did back when I was with Gerard Houllier, but not like they do now. They do the due diligence. This boy is special, and I think we've had to pay decent money for him. But I would like to think we've got one which we said, and it's one for the near future. But this boy hopefully will find himself in many of the squads, many of the games. He's only 18, but with his potential, if you're good enough, you're ready to go in.
We will hear from him in our post-match show later tonight if you want to hear the thoughts of our latest edition. And one of the new recruits who did catch the eye last weekend was Hugo Ekitike. He leads the line again today. Some really nice, bright moments from him last Sunday at Wembley, Jason.
First 20 minutes, I thought they're at it. And when, obviously, he gets his goal, great little bit of play with him and Wirtz linking up. And then he just pulls the trigger out of nowhere. And for a striker who's not known as being prolific, I think he only got 15 goals in the Bundesliga last season. You know, he showed his real potential of what he can do in front of goal. You know, he took it really well. He takes it early, good touch. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He just uses the defender, and lovely placements into the bottom corner, and that'll do him the world of good for confidence, you know, to score at Wembley and get the first. But then just after that 20-minute mark, I thought they just let Palace back into the game, and then Palace kind of dropped it a gear. They started getting in Liverpool's faces, to become a problem, and that's when I felt, I agree with Tomo, I think the energy levels just dropped off. Liverpool didn't really seem to have an answer, and it just seemed to be Palace then knocking on the door, looking for that equaliser, what they'd done. But it was a bright 20 minutes from the youngster, yeah, from Ekitike, yeah.
Well, you can see the starting 11 on the screen just now, just the one change, Tomo, and that is Alexis McAllister, one of the most consistent players last season.
I think he's a starter at any time with most players, particularly ex-players. I think you look at McAllister and what he brings to it. He's tough. He knows the game. He's an experienced international, and I think he's a starter all the time. He's this team's Gini Wijnaldum, where people go, Gini Wijnaldum? Yes, because you'd always relied upon him for the big games, big moments, and he understands the game better than a lot of the players. I did think he'd come back in, but I was wondering, obviously, with Gravenberch, without a doubt, he was coming back in. I know you thought it was Curtis and Dominic were going to start today, but you cannot go into this game without, if he's fully fit, you have to have McAllister in your side.
We don't know. Listen, we don't know what in the manager's thought. It might have always been planned. He was never going to play at the weekend, but he was always going to play tonight. We just don't know. I'm only surmising. I feel sorry for Curtis Jones. I think there was a lot of poor performances last week. There was a lot of players who give the ball away sloppy. There was a lot of players who weren't at it. They looked tired. And I think, you know, for Curtis to be left out, it wasn't his fault we got beat last week, and I thought he'd done okay. But for me, I just think McAllister hasn't had enough minutes in pre-season. I think the manager just wants to ease him in a little bit. And I think because of the result in the performance last week, he's kind of maybe been forced into having to play McAllister, and, you know, Curtis has had to drop to the bench. But we don't know whether that was the plan or not.
No, certainly don't. OK, well, tonight is, of course, the first Premier League game since the tragic loss of Diogo Jota. Tonight, Anfield has a special tribute planned. Pete has the details.
Lots of traditions have changed across the years in football, but one that is still very much in existence here at Liverpool, and was back in the 1980s as well, is that the kit man will always leave a match day programme in the seat of players next to where they get changed, and they quite enjoy flicking through that